So this video popped up specifically. I don't know what this is about, but I kind of like, but personally, there's a video that, what is it? How do you, I always mispronounce her name. Or I'm just gonna call her Ori or so. Ori uploaded this video saying, "Why wouldn't you want a woman like me?" I can take a few guesses what this is going to be. I can take a few guesses just by the thumbnail itself. Dude, I've been loving her content, to be honest. I think she makes really great content. What the hell is that title? Brother in Christ. The freaking thumbnail itself kind of like says a lot. I'm so curious on this.
This is why you can't trust society, because people are so dishonest. You'll have people who are cheering and snapping their fingers for you, but they won't tell you the truth. Or if you do tell them the truth, they get all upset and emotional, which ironically proves you right about them in the end.
Person. But Charlie, I just think honestly you're too fucking stupid to understand them.
So Andrew, can I sell you on my worldview?
Yes.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
And you you lick sniz.
Under your religion.
You lick sniz.
What is that?
You're a fucking don't talk shit about my wife, you stupid bitch. Shut your fucking mouth. Shut your stupid bitch mouth.
Your wife with the 3 baby
What did I just say?
Wife with the 3
Sorry,
baby
doll, I'm
daddies.
sorry. Is she morally inconsequential in comparison to your ditch licking?
This is what you don't.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Holy shit, we've got oh no, not this clip of this guy. I don't even know who is this. I don't even know what this is. Jesus Christ.
What shut the fuck up, Winter? Don't think I'll let you slide.
Don't do. This is what makes you look increasingly unattractive. There's always this underlying misplaced anger at anyone who tells you the truth. But when people don't tell you the truth, you keep making the same mistake over and over. Dare anybody call you out on it, and all of a sudden you're a hater, or the person telling you the truth somehow is the issue. And I find it rich that even within this clip, this guy is acting overly emotional, which tells me that he only has the intellectual bandwidth to handle people who are at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to intelligence. So when someone who is actually intelligent or of average intelligence puts up the least bit of a fight by merely stating facts and blatant contradictions in what he stood for, he gets emotional and reverts to the mindset of a 3-year-old throwing verbal tantrums and insults because that's all he can think about. As if
Okay, so basically it's like, so what I'm trying to understand specifically is that the girl over here on the right basically threw some logic at him, but then he completely got all emotional. Is that what I'm basically understanding? He's one of those dudes that say avoid single mothers, but then are dating or marrying a single mother and are now stepfathers. Ah, I see. That makes sense. Okay. Kind of a bit of a contradiction, don't you think?
being a lesbian somehow is an insult. And we see the same tantrum across many people who come across as very entitled or overly egotistical, unwilling to change anything about themselves, or unwilling to hold any ounce of accountability to their own actions and mistakes. One of these people is Leslie Jones. Now, personally, I don't find her funny at all. I know there's a special kind of comedy for everybody, but I think everyone can agree that, to me, growing up and seeing her...
For me specifically, I don't find comedians funny. Like, for me, I don't find comedians very funny to me. It's like almost impossible for them to make me laugh. Like, I understand the joke and everything, but it's just kind of like, I just like, okay, all right.
She's not conventionally attractive. And it's not that she can't be, I think it's just how she carries herself that makes her look more unattractive than she is. I've seen women who look very similar to her, and they have wonderful personalities. They're not demure, but they have charm. She has zero of that. I've seen some women that I'd be like, man, if I was a lesbian, I would date that woman, whether they are masculine presenting or not. But this is the kind of woman I'd want to run really far away from. And even if she was a lesbian, which she's not, as per her own mouth, as we're gonna hear here in a second, I can't see other women wanting to be with her.
She's in the Ghostbuster 2016 movie, and oh boy, that movie. Oh, is it the wait, is that the one where they like gender swapped all of the Ghostbuster characters? Like all of the 4 males became females, and then the fucking desk person became a male or something. Is that the one? Okay. Okay, I see. Right. Okay.
I'm sorry.
So she became a
And
comedian.
it's not just her looks.
Interesting.
Like, I'm sorry, this is something that people need to say. If you are not conventionally attractive, if you see that you're the kind of person, you're a guy or a girl that's always being overlooked, your friends are getting all the dates or being asked out and you're not. I mean, you're supposed to have the self-awareness to understand where you are on the level of attraction. Me, for example, I'm not a Victoria's Secret model. I am far from it, I know. I am average as hell. Most people are.
Yeah.
Know your lane. Doesn't mean that you won't be seen as really pretty to some other people.
Yeah,
Guys have told me I'm really pretty, but then there's other guys where I'm just completely the opposite of their type, and that's fine. What doesn't help is when your personality just sabotages any ounce of chance you would have had for someone who is attractive
It's
to
the
you.
new
For
gen
example, if you're a person who looks wrecked, you can't be
Ghostbusters.
wrecked and then have a
I
wrecked
see.
personality. There is pretty privilege, and just like dudes who are really attractive will get away with some toxic behaviors from females because the attraction that they have kind of balances out the toxicity. The girls are willing to put up with that because the guy's hot. If they were doing the same thing, if fat guys or ugly guys were doing the same thing that an attractive, in-shape guy was doing, they'd get the police called on them. It just
True.
is what it is.
True.
Let's just be
Yeah.
honest here. I don't know when it got mean to tell the truth. I think it's more honorable to tell someone the truth than to have them rolling through life looking like the whole personification of the Black Plague and people telling you, oh my God, yes, you looking beautiful today. I'm sorry, but I don't hate anybody enough to do that to them. And those same
Jesus.
people will clap and smile and cheer you on and then talk shit about you behind your back, or they would never
Yep.
date you. They'd be like, oh my God, you're so beautiful, yes. Oh, do you want to go into, no, not me, but I hope you find someone though.
Do the men that you try to
Do the women that you try
show
to?
your hatred
Do
against?
you the women
they,
that
like,
you try
convince
to?
them-
And it makes you wonder, like,
Jesus, let her fucking speak. God damn, man. Jesus. This fucking dude. Does he let anybody speak? My God, bro. Man's not letting her speak whatsoever. Bro, at least let her speak. God damn, man. Jesus Christ.
this case with this old man, the only person he probably could have gotten was someone who did have a bunch of offspring with different people. 3 times the charm, right? Because I can't see anybody who is considered a
Wait. Are you telling me that this guy has 3 baby mamas? This guy has had 3 women past his life or so? I don't know if I'd be taking advice from this person, in my personal opinion, if he had 3 different wives. I don't know. That's just me, though. I don't know. If I was a guy or so, and I had to listen to this guy, and he was speaking all of this, and he had 3 past wives or so, I don't know if I'd be taking advice from this person, in my personal opinion. You know, that's just me, anyways.
value woman by his standpoint, not mine.
The guy is also from the pill community, always ragging on girls being emotional. Jesus. Yay.
But by his standpoint, and for what he stands for, I can't see them looking at him and being like, yep, that right there, that's my first choice. Unless something's like wrong with their vision and wrong with their perception of reality or something. And this level of toddler-infused behavior looks disgusting on man or woman. It's just that women can probably get away with it a lot more, unless you look jacked.
Are you good? Are you good at it? I'm so
not good at
Oh, me
dating at all
neither.
because I judge so hard.
Oh.
If you
And that's why you will be single for quite a long time, to be honest, because you be judging super hard.
do certain things, I'll be like, I don't like you. If I look at your hand, I'll be like, your hand's too small.
It's got to be a joke. At the end of the day, she's definitely acting up for it.
I find it interesting, the psychology of this, because you'll have people judging
There's no
how
way she
others
thinks
look
like that.
for the most
I
minuscule
just don't
features
believe it.
that don't matter.
But I wouldn't be surprised, though.
You know, throwing stones from a glass house, are we? Like, I feel like people like this just do this as a self-soothing or defense mechanism to make themselves feel better about themselves. So, you know, before you reject me, I'm gonna reject you first. for something that pales in comparison to how society views me. And it's very destructive, but then this person's also seeming to not ask for advice, but acting as though she doesn't know why people aren't checking for her. Like, for you to be rich, there's not even a sugar baby boy that will like pretend. You know it's bad if you are rich and a guy won't even pretend.
Small. No. I don't like the way he grabbed his coffee. No.
Oh my God, I have a friend like you.
I just be like, it'd be certain things I'd be like, yep, no, I don't like you.
Yeah.
No, you don't take baths. No.
You know,
No,
must have been a musician.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you know, it's just so crazy, especially now. Like, and I'm famous, right? You know, when you get famous and and you're a woman and you're successful, the first thing they think is what? You're gay.
No, that's just you. Everybody thought.
That's a pretty interesting logic. Okay, all right, okay.
You were gay because just like they do with guys, they don't see you with anyone. And I mean, just from what I've seen, not of her, but other guys I've known or girls I've known, it's just a trend, and it could be just nature's way of course correcting. But when someone is so conventionally unattractive, they usually start batting for the other team because, you know, the humans want love and companionship, and they're gonna get it where they can get it. And you check back at those people that are shaped like rocks later, and they're with the same sex. Nothing wrong with that, but, you know, I've just noticed. Loneliness is one hell of a thing, but one thing I can respect those people for is that they didn't sit there being a victim and blaming everybody and everything else. They just understood their plight and adapted to it.
Oh, you know what's so funny? I get that now that I'm single. People
Really?
think, yeah. And I don't really care either way. I'm into men, but I don't really care what people think. But I get that.
I will say it. I love men.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You can't love them that much though, Leslie, if you're always freaking tearing them apart for every little thing and expecting people not to judge you. You want people judging you on your looks, but you will see.
So when Ko goes Hollywood on us, she will no longer be bi and be gay instead. Shut. Yeah, that's why I always bang your mom every single night. Okay, all right. That's why I'm gay for your mom, because I'm always happy every single time because I get to stick it inside your mom's fucking throat.
Trivial of things on a man for things he can't change, just like you can't, and then pick him apart from the seams just based on those things. I'm not talking about the not taking a bath, but like, his hands are too small, really? Your face is too big. He could say the same thing about you, and you claim you love them. Clearly not enough. Because if you love them, if I was in your position, you know what I'd be doing? Working on myself. Clearly people are avoiding me like they do creepers in Minecraft. So I would wonder, is it something about me? Something that I'm doing? I love men enough to tone down whatever is going on with me, putting my ego aside, learning about men, first of all, just like you would any animal or pet that you want to bring into your home. You learn their diet, you learn their behaviors, you learn how to act around them because you love them, right? You want to be around them and you want them to be comfortable around you. So you can't say you love men. I'm not buying that whatsoever. Unless you love them so much you're trying to become one, but otherwise, that statement just falls completely flat.
Men,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah.
But I don't love a stupid man. Okay?
How stupid are we talking about?
And I done got to the point in my life where I really want what I want in my life because I have
that's a
worked
certain age.
so hard for my peace. If you can't be with my peace, you can be with the door.
Yeah.
She says all of that, and I don't blame her for feeling that way, bro, but I'm just saying, I don't know the woman personally. She's probably really nice and has a completely different persona in real life
It
than
could
she
be.
does. But since
It just feels like it's a comedy show. She's kind of like taking the knot up to 100 or something like that, or up to 10 basically. It could be because she's on a TV show, or could be. I'm not too sure. So
time I see her interview on the street, whatever it is, outside of the camera or outside of movie lenses, she's always exactly the same way. That's what you're presenting to the world. I cannot fathom living with this person 24/7.
I see.
To me, that's chaotic. Her whole energy is chaotic. And there's some people who are into that. But if nobody is checking for you, if you are so lonely to the fact where you said you've been alone so long, you must be not just people's last pick, but you must be sending them to the door. Like as you said, you must be some hell of a deterrent. Or your behavior is. So what is it about you that's sending people away. And we're gonna find out here in a minute.
Uh-oh.
And the fact that this person is a comedian,
Uh-oh.
but so not self-aware, it's just kind of sad to me. It's like the whole Akash Singh situation. Like, you could tell these people were broken, and that's why they probably delved into comedy, because that was their way of coping. That was a self-defense mechanism. I would never be caught on here saying all this shit, because Kelly Clarkson's over there, the host of the show, laughing. She's doing that uncomfortable laugh where she's forcing it, and she knows damn well why. But she won't say it, because that's not acceptable in society to say.
Yeah, if you, and I'm really like, I think I've been by myself so long that, like, first of all, I hate the term feminine and masculine energy.
I wonder why. Maybe because people told her she's in her masculine energy. And that's fine, but just understand most men are not into that. Unless you have a man that's into a woman that's more masculine, but I'm guessing the men who are into that, she doesn't want them. And I can bet she probably doesn't want them because they don't look attractive to her.
Feminine and masculine energy. I hate that term so much.
I think we have both. Like we all have all of that.
I freaking hate it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in your masculine area. Well, why don't you get in yours?
Find it.
What in the T-Rex? Bro, she reminds me of the scene with the T-Rex where they were trying to hide.
You can't see us if we don't move.
I'm not gonna lie, she kind of reminds me of a certain orc though from a video game. The way how she's doing her face and everything. I don't know why. She just kind of like reminds me of a certain orc, just going, doing her mouth like that and everything. I don't know why. She kind of
I'm just
does.
saying, if you hate a saying so much to the point where you loathe it absolutely because it's being said to you, it must mean it was said to you enough for you to probably take into consideration that it might be true. If everyone is saying exactly the same thing, different people that you meet across your life, why don't you have some self-reflection and wonder what people mean by that? And instead, you make it everybody else's problem. Everybody else is the problem. You insult everybody else when they try to tell you, hey, I don't like this. You can tell them what you don't like about them, but if they say what they don't like about you, that's not allowed. And you refuse to change that thing and to take accountability for something that you might be doing wrong in the relationship, but you choose not to, and that's completely okay, but don't sit there wondering why you're alone when people even came out and told you and were nice enough to do so.
I'm sick of it. I'm sick of men telling me, oh, wait, you know you hardcore. Yes, I am. I am.
Can you handle it?
Oh, well, what you bringing to the table? I am the table.
Why the hell are you so freaking aggressive,
Jesus.
bro? God damn.
Holy
What is this anger? Bro, like, what? Are you mad? Like, are you... And then people are acting surprised as to why they chase away.
Don't tell me she does not look like an ogre, okay? Alright, she kind of does, actually. Or an orc. She kind of really does. She kind of gives off that same energy, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not hating her at the end of the day, but she kind of gives that energy, so... saying about, like, you know, how she hates, like, the whole masculine, you know, feminine energy, you're kind of giving that off, you know, if you're really hating that word, you know?
People. Freaking TD Jake's over here roaring at the camera, talking about you love men. You are the table. Oh, you're the shit that ate the table, bro. You gotta tone it down, but if you tell people this, they get mad at you and call you hateful. You try to help them. Oh, you're just hating. You're not on my level. Bro, I don't think you're on anybody's level enough to be talking like this. God, this is so embarrassing.
Becca also
so
crashes out like this and also said,
I
I'm the table. Your mom's at the
They're
table because she a
laughing,
4-course
not necessarily at
meal.
her, but it's just, yeah, we're just cheering. You know, like when a handicapped child...
What are you sending me? Stop sending me porn links. This guy over here.
competes in sports and they miss the hoop like 1,000,000 times, and people will cheer louder for them than when they cheer the able-bodied people, but you know why they're doing it. It doesn't even have to be a handicapped child. It can be a regular child. And people would just cheer for them. Oh my God, look what you did. You're so funny. And the kid feels great about themselves. We all know why people are doing it. We all know adults are full of shit. Kids at least will be honest, but adults are freaking liars, man. They will look at a kid with half of its face cut off and mucus gargling out of its mouth, drooling everywhere it walks, and tell them, oh, you were just the most beautiful, cutest thing I have ever seen. Don't let anybody tell you different. You're so beautiful. You're a prince. You're a princess. Meanwhile, we got the child over here looking chopped. And I'm in no way saying you should just go up to someone looking wrecked and be all like, ew, dude, what the fuck? Because that's just wrong to me. You know, you shouldn't have to go out of your way to be mean. I'm not saying you have to look like the top 1% of people. All I am saying is that people need to be adult enough to be self-aware and understand their own actions and how to pivot around those societal limitations. Be based in reality. You're a comedian. You can't be that fickle to be that scared of the truth. But then again, most comedians that I know of, they usually get into the field because there was a sore spot for them of insecurity as they were growing up, and comedy was their way out of that. Comedy was—
Is that how it usually is for comedy people? Huh, interesting. I never knew about that.
their way to combat those insecurities, people picking on them being unattractive, them being anxious or lacking self-confidence. And I think this just screams so loudly that those insecurities are clearly still there and on full display. And it's easier to be defensive, aggressive, and extremely off-putting than it is to change what you might be doing wrong and what other
She kind of
people
does
have
give
told
off
you
that
you're doing
aggressive
wrong.
vibe.
You mess up, you end up getting hurt. So to avoid getting hurt, you try to hurt everybody else or make yourself the aggressor so that you don't have to fall between the slimy couch cushions of regret.
I can't
and this is
unsee
the
the orc
result.
now.
Well, I am the table. Because I don't understand. I don't understand why you wouldn't want a woman like me.
And here comes a lone.
Here we go. Here's that ego. Oh God, that ego. Oh God. I wouldn't understand why you wouldn't want a woman like me. Jesus. That is like straight up some ego talk right there. No. Let's see. I'm be curious to see what her reasonings are. Like the bullet points just be like, I am this, I am that, I am this, I am that, I am this, and I am that.
Loneliness talking. And because she said this, that's why I'm making this video. Not that she'll ever watch it. And if she does watch it, she'll probably lump me in with all the people who are considered haters or whatever.
Yeah.
But everybody can clearly see why people don't want a woman like you. Except you. You can dog on everybody else, but you don't understand your faults. Or you're too egotistical to care.
I don't understand why you wouldn't want a woman like me. I am successful, I'm rich, I can fight.
Okay. She's sounding a lot like Ko. No. Your mom sounds like that because I always have to make sure she's dick down every single time so she doesn't become the Incredible Hulk after that. So, so she doesn't break your ass, Thank me, you gotta thank me so your mom is always happy all the time, so. So you're telling me, so these are the things that you're basically saying.
Understand your faults, or you're too egotistical to care.
I don't understand why you wouldn't want a woman like me. I am successful, I'm rich, I can fight.
So you're successful, you're rich, and you can fight. A lot of people, prefer, prefer to be in a more happier relationship, in my personal opinion. So, just saying,
Is she joking right now? Is this part of the bit? Because if it is, it's not funny. Because, if you love men, but you're here talking about your peace, why do you think a man wants to be with you on top of everything else wrong with you? Because one of your qualities is that you can fight. Bitch, you are not a T-Rex. Unless you identify as one. Then I'm sorry.
She's an orc. Orcs can fight. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Orcs can fight. So, she made that orc face. And, so, hey, man. So she's financially stable, she has a shitty personality, and she can kick your ass if she was pissed. Got it. Yep, pretty much. Hey, Draco.
Sorry. But you think men want to get with a woman that can fight? You're abrasive, you're egotistical, you take no accountability, and you're not societally conventionally attractive. What else do you bring to the table? Even when they were willing to ask you that, your argument is you are the table. Are you really though? Because if you are, there's obviously no freaking food on it. And your last thing is that you can fight and you looking all smug. Why would I want to be with somebody like that? That when I come home, everything is a fight. Or you don't need him. You can fight the thugs yourself. Then get a woman. I'm sure there are a lot of women out there that would want to date you. But I'm straight. Okay then you're gonna have to bend to what men want. If you love men as much as you say you do, how about you learn about them? But if that's too much hard work, then die alone. Or make a compromise. I understood completely.
It takes two to tango in a relationship at the end of the day. It does not take one to tango. I feel like people keep forgetting all the damn time, you know? It takes two to tango.
Like, I love animals. I love animals. Every single animal I own, my python, my other little critters, my dogs, cats that I've owned. I understand having animals like that. There's certain diet requirements, certain behavior requirements. And I have 2 Shiba Inus. Because I have those dogs, and I did read up on this, I cannot have any other small creatures. I can't have ferrets anymore. I had to keep my rabbit separated from her for a long time because she kills everything. Even though she was introduced to that bunny from she was very little, from 8 weeks old, she still tried to kill it when she was 10 weeks old. Nothing I did, no amount of training, got that prey drive out. That's just how she is. And guess what? I can't have cats. I can't have any small animals because I have a freaking murderer in my house. I already knew that about the breed when I got it. And
Well, maybe you should have got a scared one, in my personal opinion. For the Shiba Inu, right? I know somebody who actually owns one and gave me a tip or so. If you're gonna get yourself a Shiba Inu, get the one that's the most timid and scared one. That's the one that you should be getting.
willing to make that compromise because I love her so much. But I don't understand people that get the breed knowing how obstinate the breed is. And
just
like,
fight the other to
she runs away, I
submission.
just keep her on the
That's what I
leash
do
all
with
the
your
time.
mom every
Because,
single
you
night.
know, and I
She
understand
submits
that,
to
but
this.
She's got a freaking Japanese hunting dog that likes to kamikaze itself when it comes to prey. Doesn't matter what it is, it will try to bring it down. Death to itself being, you know, the end result possibly in some of those situations. And then they act shocked when the breed acts out the way it acts. Same thing with pit bulls. Like, if you love something so much, you're supposed to know everything about it. And if you find that you're trying to deal with this thing that you love and nothing is happening, you're getting no success. If you have a freaking Cane Corso and nothing that you do makes this dog listen to you or it's
Aw, that's so cute.
it could be that you're a sucky owner and you're not equipped to handle an animal like this, or you...
True. At the end of the day, when it comes to some of these animals specifically, you have that face. That fucking face. Anyways, like when it comes to like these specific breeds of dogs or so, these ones specifically, you have to treat them very well, or else, you know, or else they become super aggressive and they become very, you know, very bad in general. So that's the reason why. They just become really aggressive type of animals. You have to treat them. You have to treat them with care.
Shouldn't be near one because clearly you're not willing to put the time and the dedication to train such an animal or learn about its habits or its breed or what have you. Same thing when it comes to men. Men have to learn all these different things with women. Men have to learn how to be softer, how to not be as blunt because, you know, women, their feelings get hurt and they get...
Guys are blunt. Like, guys are really straight up blunt. Like, my older brother is like that, you know? So, you know, I've learned a little bit from him, specifically from it. You know, after, you know, living here with him for quite a long time. So, like, you just kind of know. When you have older siblings, you just kind of know, basically, you know? Mama Azathoth is a little bit like, you know, doesn't really like his bluntness very much, but like she kind of like understands, you know? You know, he's not a girl, you know? And we never had a father figure at the end of the day. So she has to like understand, like, you know, that's just how he is. But he's honest at the end of the day, you know? You know, cause Mama always taught us to be honest all the time. And my brother is blunt about it, but he's honest about it when he says it, you know? Like, he's honestly blunt about it. Like, he'll honestly tell you the truth, you know? If you say you're fat, you know, he'll say, yeah, you're fat right here. But you're losing weight, so I'm proud of you, you know? But you're still fat though. but I'm happy. But he'll say like, I'm happy that you're losing weight. Now, like, compared to me, it's like, yeah, you're losing weight, you're looking great and everything, you know? I'm kind of like, you know, not really trying to be like super mean or anything like that, you know, like my older brother. Well, I want to say mean or so. It's just more blunt and truthfulness, you know? But I always try to be like, I always say the same thing, you know, keep up the work and everything. You're losing weight, you're doing great, you know? While my older brother's like, you know, yeah, no, you're still fat, but you're losing weight though, you know? But keep going at it though. And I have time to follow my words to make someone feel good. Yeah, that's just how my older brother is too as well. He's just very blunt about it. He's just very cold-hearted about it. It's like I understand him completely, you know. I completely understand him, you know. He understands me, you know. I understand my younger sister. My older brother also understands my younger sister too. My younger sister's a little bit more softer, you know, but that's just how he is as a character. You can't change him. That's just how he is, you know. And also especially like him not really being in a relationship for like quite a bit or so. It's been a little bit or so. He hasn't really been in a relationship for quite some time. So he's a little bit more like, probably when he does get himself a female partner, it'll probably be like, you know, maybe he'll be like a little bit less blunt, but not a whole lot though. But he still wants to be like, you know, he still wants to still say the truth and everything. So
angry to the point where men will try to avoid talking about certain things.
no, my brother is definitely not mean. No, he's not mean. He'll tell you the truth. He'll be honest with you. Like he'll just be straight up with you. He'll be like, hey, you know, it's like this and that and all this other stuff. I try to be the same thing as him, you know, because, you know, I try to learn. You know, for God's sakes, I look up to him at the end of the day. So I learn from him specifically, like the way he does certain things, the way how he acts sometimes, and all this other stuff, you know. But I'm still doing my own thing at the end of the day. But I take some of the elements that he has specifically, and you know, I just kind of like, you know, do it myself.
They know their women are emotionally inept to handle it, and they don't want to hurt their feelings. And we as women expect the men to do all
Your
the
mom's
work
a
and
blunt
changing
patch.
everything about
That's why I
themselves to
take a
please us,
smoke on it.
But you're not willing to put in any work to change things about yourself to make him comfortable. It's a partnership. That means both people have to be willing to compromise to benefit from each other and be at a slight disadvantage to each other as well to make the other person comfortable. If you're someone who already embodies a personality or disposition that puts off other people, and you know that about yourself, you have to have something else to offer them to make them alluring. But nobody wants to tell anybody the truth, and I supposedly people like me that do tell the truth were the bad guys.
Like, it's not gonna be you, like if somebody attack us in the parking lot, I'm gonna be like, go get the car while I handle these 3 thugs.
I don't really do malicious intent, you know. Even if I'm not like super blunt about it compared to my older brother or so, I'm just like, you know, like I still say it, but it's just like I'm not like super blunt like him, you know. I don't do it maliciously.
Jesus Christ. Okay, that's the case.
There's no
you need a
malicious
weak
intent
man.
behind my
You need
words.
a weak man. That's what you want. A man who is a sub, as people call it. But I'm guessing that's not the kind of man you want. At this point, if you're this old, how old is this woman? Like 50-something? I don't know. If you're this old and you don't understand the
I don't even know
dating
how old
game
she
or
is.
what men want, I think it's kind of hopeless at this point. I don't think you know what you want. Or you do, but you don't want to accept it. Men don't care if you're rich, don't care if you're successful. And then even
True.
if you are, because there's other rich and successful women out there that men have no problem getting with, but then you're like...
Yeah, because I've heard that there's also girls who are pretty rich or so. I think I heard it from one of my friends or so, that they were going out with a guy who was poor, and they're both very happy with each other. You know, there's a girl who was actually like really was pretty rich or so, as not like in like the caliber of her, right, but as in like more well financially established, right, compared to the guy, right, and they're together and they're happy together and everything, you know. And that's kind of like the funny thing about it, you know. They like each other for each other, not for each other for financially. And I have yet to see one. Well, I personally haven't seen one, but it's not surprising if there's a guy or so who is more well known dating a poor girl. So, but that's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like generally the gist of it. So Yeah, some people out there, of course, there's range of this, and everyone is different. Well, you know how I am. At the end of the day, you've seen me stream, you've seen my videos, you see how I am and everything like that. So, it's I've always been the same throughout throughout history. So,
Whole dating thing is like, I'll fight these thugs for us. Like you
we all
really
know
don't
for a fact
understand
that
men very well. Now,
guys
granted,
will
if
take
there's
you down
something out
easily.
there, I'm not gonna send my man to deal with it alone. We're both dealing with it, or you're coming with me, or I'm getting a bat. We're both fighting it together. There's a difference. I will take a bullet for my guy. I don't have a problem with that
Damn.
whatsoever. But coupling all of that energy with the aggression and the failure to take your own behaviors into account, you're gonna send people running from the hills. Like if this was my friend and this was her like dating profile or something, I'd be like, take it down. I love you too much, bro, to do this to yourself. We need to start all the way over because goddamn, no. Anyways, hopefully somebody does tell her the truth because she seems very lonely and like she wants to actually love someone. And I think if you actually really got to know her, she probably is not a bad person. She probably is someone who would be a great partner. It's just that she, as she said, lived alone so long, she doesn't know how to look within and compromise. She is who she is, but then you're always probably shooting for people outside your lane. And the same reason why she might be frustrated that people will want to date her, that she's trying to choose to date her.
I assume she's trying to date people out of her retro scope or so, or her like, I guess like the stupid ranking thing in my personal opinion, right? Where people like rank people's hotness, quotation marks, hotness. So I assume she's trying to like, go up above and beyond, but it's just kind of like, you gotta realize is that like, guys would probably not date you because you're just not their type of taste at the end of the day, They're not. I assume some of the other guys, would not want like a more aggressive woman like her. They kind of want the more cute, more smaller, more kind of like more feminine, I guess you can say weaker ones, I guess. Go stop the cat. I remember a humble code that would say, "You stupid," and insert your mom instead of your mom here jokes here. Ever since you upgraded your audio, you became bougie. Your mom became bougie because she paid for it. That's why I always make her happy every single night. So shut your bitch ass up before I make your mom become the next Incredible Hulk and start slamming you left and right like the one in the movie. All right.
Reason she probably feels left out of the choice, that people rejecting her, is probably the same reason they are rejecting her, is because she's looking for people who are very attractive, that she finds very attractive, that are the top 1% of what she wants. And instead of looking for people that are probably on her level, that are nice people, probably have small hands like she doesn't like, and probably are willing to overlook all of her flaws to be with her and build a relationship. If you'd only get out your own way and stop picking apart everybody else's physical appearance, when you know damn well that people do the same with you. Kind of like those people who weigh 600 pounds, but yet they're like, ugh, I don't want a freaking 200-pound man. That's gross. I want a guy with a six-pack and he's 6'9", while you're over here looking like Humpty Dumpty after you fell off the freaking wall.
Jesus Christ. Ah, God Lord, honestly. Great video, honestly. I love her videos. Her videos are so great, to be honest. To be honest, I became worried. I was kind of worried or so after a while or so that like maybe all women think like this on this side of the dimension. I was kind of worried about it because I was just like, man, I'd rather go back to the void instead, man. I was like, Jesus Christ. Anyways, that's the end of the video. You guys can comment, like, subscribe, do all that fancy jazzy stuff. Yeah, overall, I hope, maybe hopefully she's not like that. Maybe it's just the cameras, maybe it's just the comedy thing, maybe deep down inside, maybe she is a wonderful woman, but like, she's got to understand it's just kind of like, hey, you got to compensate, you always got to compensate, so like I dated different types of guys at the end of the day. I've also dated different types of women too as well, I've dated a fat guy, I've dated a fat woman too as well. I've dated a skinny woman. I've dated a skinny man too as well. Average looking guy. Average looking woman too as well. Nothing like super crazy. Maybe I've dated one hot girl. Guys, I don't think I've ever dated anyone insanely hot or anything for guys, at least not to my knowledge anyway, so but that's kind of like basically it though, you know? It's like yeah, I've only dated like one, well, quotation marks. Well, I guess you can say she's hot, but like um I don't know. I just thought she was like, you know, maybe like slightly above average, but that's about it though. So it isn't for them for sure, but when so many women look the same to some degree, it's a very big risk to approach her. Yeah, and then also these specific women are probably like not the cup of tea for a lot of men specifically, because I assume she's going after the more attractive men, especially like she's saying. Well, I don't know if it's just a joke or something. I have no idea how she is, anyways. I don't know if she's like just saying it as a joke. So I'm just kind of like so I'm looking at it from the perspective of outside the window looking in. Okay, so this is just my own opinion. It's like this is my first time seeing her, right? Like actually like seeing her on my screen, and this is if this is how she really is or so, I can see why a lot of the guys would just avoid her completely, you know? And she's just going to date like the top, 1% or whatever, you know? It's like, why would I want to date somebody who is acting like this and thinks like this and all this other stuff, you know? If this is what I see, if this is like the first impression that I see of her, and this is how she is and everything like that, because I don't know nothing about her, right? I know jack diddly squat about her. I personally wouldn't, if I was a guy, I wouldn't date that, you know? No. But yeah. Anyways, that's the end of the video. And subscribe. Trying to hit 20K at the end of the year, but yeah. Peace. I'm trying to see if I can be able to do dual streaming, so cross your fingers, but unfortunately, the PC marketplace is not doing very good, so I don't know if I'll be able to multi-stream in this day and age, to be honest, so, but yeah. Anyways, that's the end of the video, and peace.